Good morning everybody, welcome to my Flosstube channel. I'm Stitchy Gem, also known as Gemma, and this is my channel all about cross stitch. It's been quite some time before I filmed, since I've filmed a video. I think it's been about 8 months, quite some time. I apologise, my voice isn't the best, but I wanted to come on and I wanted to film. I've also invested in a ring light, so that's now, you can see, reflected there, and it's also coming up in my glasses, so it's a work in progress. Let's see how we get on. So as I said, it has been a while. I've had a change of job at work, so I've had very little time to film a Flosstube really, but I had a message from Natalie, Love It, Live It, Make It Yours. She's on Instagram and Flosstube on YouTube. She's got a wonderful channel, you should check it out. She's asking why I hadn't filmed a video, and it's funny really because I have been thinking about doing one again for a little while, and when she texted me I thought, you know what, let's just do it. So I'd wondered where to start because it's been quite, again, some time. I've had lots of starts, finishes and things, so I thought rather than just go right back in, I would start with a WIP parade. So I gathered all my WIPs together. They are all here. Don't actually have as many as I thought I had. I think my total is about 27, which I didn't think was too bad, considering. So let's get stuck right in. They're in no particular order, so we'll just go with the flow, work our way through the box. So the first one we have is, I don't have a picture of the completed one, I only print out the pattern. This is one of my oldest WIPs, and it is The Princesses by Happy Sloth Patterns. If I can find a picture of a completed one, I'll stick it in here. This is, I haven't taken it off the hoop. You can tell I haven't done this for a while. So it's basically 12 Disney princesses, and I have got almost 4 done. So I have done Pocahontas, Mulan, Tiana, and I'm currently working on Elsa. I just have a bit of her hair, and her skin to do on that. So I started this in 2020. I have its companion piece, the villains, but I have not started on that. It is stitched on a 14 count pale pink Ada. I think I bought it from Lovecrafts, and it's stitched in the called for DMC. Now, I made a rookie error when I started this. I'm so close to the bottom. There is maybe an inch, if that, at the bottom, but I've just go with it. So I'm a third of the way through. The other princesses on there are, let me find the pattern, bear with. So we have Snow White on there, Cinderella, Aurora, Ariel, Belle, Jasmine, and then Rapunzel and Moana as well. So I have actually got a trip booked to Disneyland Paris in November. So I'm going to try and get this done as much as I can. If I don't finish it, I will take this on the trip. If I don't, I will start the villains one when I go on my trip. I'm under no illusions I'll get much stitching done whilst I am there. But at that time of year I'm going, the parks tend to close a little bit earlier. They're not open that late, so might get some stitching in at the hotel of an evening. So we wait and see. So that is WIP number 1. WIP number 2. Let's see. Another Disney one. This is, who is this by? This is Dogs of Disney by Abby Sue Designs, I want to say. Again, I don't have a picture of the finished one. This was a mystery stitch along she did for free on her Facebook group. It is no longer available. You can buy the pattern off her Etsy, but it's no longer available for free on the Facebook group. So I started this again. This is where we are. So this is on 18 count paw print Ada. I got this from Lakeside Needlecraft. I thought it was the perfect fabric for this, and it's in the called for DMC again. Again, my placement on the fabric on this wasn't the best. I'm not quite sure why I didn't start in the middle, because this is a full row. So I have all this fabric left. Not so much on this side. Not sure what I did there. But yeah, I am a quarter of the way through this. So we have Stitch, Lady Tramp, Percy and Dante from Coco, and I have started Stella from Princess and the Frog at the bottom. When I signed up for this, I wasn't sure if I was actually ever going to stitch it, because I can be a bit funny about Disney patterns. When they're trying to be really detailed, like the actual cartoons, I feel it can sometimes look a bit odd and not quite right. But when I waited a little while and seen how these were stitched up, and I looked at them and I was like, they look spot on. They are perfect. So, and when you do stitch them, they are perfect. The detail on them as well is just amazing. So yeah, I like that one. Again, hopefully, I don't know when we'll get back to it. She did do a Cats of Disney one as well, which I signed up for, but I don't know if it's too late for me to now download all the patterns, but I did buy the same print, paw print Ada for that as well, if I do ever get around to it. So that was number 2. Number 3. Oh, this one. So this was a recent start. It is from Emma Congdon's book, Cross Stitch for the Earth. I found this in my local The Works shop for £5. Thought it was a bargain. Had to have it. Really like all the patterns in this. And the one I decided to do, I don't think it has a name, but all the sea creatures. So that is a picture of it finished. Loved it. Not sure where it'll go when it's done. I probably will finish it in a hoop as well. But I am doing this on a piece of is it 60 count? Yeah, I'm doing this on a piece of 16 count Ada that I dyed myself. So there's that. You can't really see. So that is where I am up to. I'm not using the called for. I have a bag of just random embroidery threads. Excuse me. And I thought I would try and colour match, so I've just gone off the colours. I really like how it's turned out so far. I have done something wrong with the seahorse, so I need to frog that. So it got put away. If I get annoyed at projects, I tend to just put them to one side for a while until I forgive them, and then we'll get them back out again. So yeah, that is that. But really nice, easy stitch. Yeah, and I'll definitely be doing more out of that book. Sorry, I'm trying to just put everything away in its like folders and stuff as I'm getting them out, so that I don't have too much to tidy up when I'm done. So that would be number 3. Number 4. This is a WIP and it's not. It's 3 separate patterns. Again, I don't have the finished pattern pictures, but I'm a huge Bob's Burgers fan, and I'm happy sloth that it had some patterns of the three kids from, so Tina, Louise and Jean, dancing. So I have all three patterns, so I'm doing them. They'll be like a trio when they are done. I have only finished one, and that is Louise. Not Louise, Tina. Tina is my favourite. So I finished her a couple of years ago, and I've just never got around to doing Louise and Jean. It is on a piece of, I think it's 14 count. It's 14 or 16 count Ada. This is from Claire Brown X Stitch. I can't remember what the fabric was called. It was a while ago. That is her, and I've got another 2 pieces of this fabric to stitch Louise and Jean on as well. It's in all the called for as well, 2/1. So I count that as a WIP because she won't be fully finished until the other 2 are done. So, okay, number 5. We have, what have we got here? Oh, this one. So this is a Halloween piece. It is from Stitchonomy. She does a free, she does numerous free sales during the year, and I usually like to take part in the Halloween ones. So this was Halloween from last year. I bought the full kit, came with everything, and that is where we are. So I liked it because the frame was in a book, so it's all like literature, movie themed, which I like. So it's on, I think, oh my gosh, yeah, it is. I think it's either 14 or 16 count oatmeal Ada. It got all the flosses sent with it. It came with, it's all called for DMC, so it came with this cool thread holder in the shape of a bat. It came with the needle minder, which says All Hallows Eve on it. As I recall, it's been a while since I've touched this one, I didn't like what was in that square, so I decided, I think when it's finally finished, I will just keep the needle minder on it to fill that square. So yeah, and then I filled in the spine of the book. That wasn't filled in on the original pattern, and I filled in the pages as well. So I've used some like orangey Kreinik I had, and then I used Classic Colourworks in the spine. Everything else in here is done with the called for DMC. The kit was really good as well. It came with some stickers and little extra bits. It came with all the charms and stuff, so it was really good. So that's number 5. Number 6. Oops. Number 6 is a Christmassy one from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. This is Christmas Celebration Sampler. There we go. So it's basically 9 little boxes, and it spells out Christmas, and each letter has something standing for it. So C is choir, H hot chocolate, R reindeer or Rudolph, I ice skating, S snowman, T for toys, M is, I'm not sure what M is. I'm not sure what M is. This is a fireplace, mantelpiece. A for angel, and then S is Santa. So I'm not too far off finishing this. The main bits in the middle are done in the called for, and I changed up the border to be petite treasure braid that I had, and I've used a toile for the snowmen and the reindeers that are in there. It's on a piece of 18 count, I think it's just called blue, like a light blue. It's showing up pretty well on the camera actually. Ada, this was from the Stitchy Ferret. She does like Fiverr Friday deals, and I got it on that as well. So that's that one. I love Frosted Pumpkin Christmas stuff. It's really cute. I've done a couple of little ones, and I am currently doing the Under the Sea Cell, which you will see soon. So that is that one. 6, 7. Ooh. Buffy Threads Brontes. Oops. Still learning how to. Oh dearie me. There we go. That's not too bad. Buffy Threads Brontes. So I started this as a stitch along, read along with Faye from Fairy Floss. She's on Instagram and she has a Flosstube too. You should watch her. She's amazing. So we started this. We didn't get that far. Do want to pick this back up. So we were reading the books and stitching the said books on the pattern. So all we got done was Wuthering Heights and the Tenant of Wildfell Hall. That is where we got up to. Yeah. Maybe we should kick this off again, Faye, maybe. Get it done. Because it is a really fun stitch and I really enjoyed reading the book because I've not really read much the Brontes. I don't live that far from Bronte country, Haworth up on the moors, and they do mention like local places in the book, so they are fun to read. I didn't like Wuthering Heights, controversial, I know. I just really disliked all the characters in it. They were just really unlikable people. I was like, I can't root for any of you really. But then we read Tenant of Wildfell Hall and I absolutely loved that. That is an amazing book and a brilliant story. So yeah, Wuthering Heights gets all the hype and the love. I don't get it. I don't get it, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, there we go, Brontes. So maybe one day it will be done and I'll have read all the books. But it comes as a kit, it has everything with it. It's 14 count Ada, I think. Is it? Yes, 14 count Ada, just cream. Came with everything. Nice one. So what number is that? I'm losing count already. It's not good, is it? That was number 7. Number 8. Ooh, this is South American Angel by Barbara Batts. Oh, I've got it all folded up. Their patterns are huge. Like, I'm not going to show you the actual pattern, but that is the on the back of this is the full pattern. They're huge and it's getting a bit well used and ripped, but that is South American Angel by Barbara Batts. I love this. I'm not actually going to do the wings or the halo on it. I just want her to be a South American lady. I think she's fabulous. I love the dress, all the colours, the animals. She's got a toucan and some fruit on her shoulder, for goodness sake. She's fabulous. I haven't got very far on this. There's so many colour changes in it. But slowly but surely, we'll get there. We'll get there. So all I've done, this is on 18 count Ada, hand dyed by Jodrey Designs. It's called Sunset. It's Sunset or Sunrise. I can never remember. I've got the thing here with the name on. That's helpful. Sunset. Sunset it is called. It's a fabulous piece of fabric. I'm not sure she does this one anymore. I had a look on her website recently and I couldn't see it. So if you wanted it, I suppose you could ask. That is where I'm up to. Doesn't look like much, does it? It's basically a bit of her dress. But we'll get there. Before I started this, I didn't realise there was blended threads in it. And I bought 18 count and I like to do 1/1 on 18 count. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out eventually. So that is number 8. Number 9. Oh, this one. You'll have never seen this one before. I started this. When did I start this? It was around my birthday. It's a Nora Corbett design. It is Aquarius. Because I am an Aquarius. So there she is. Now mine doesn't look far off that finished picture. All I have left to do is beading, or some beading. There she is. She is beautiful. There's just a lot of beads. I started beading out, like I've done the bottom half. The bottom half's beaded. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I've just got her head and like her hair, her crown. I'm not sure what that is. I've got that left to do. I just need to suck it up and get on with it. I feel I have to be in the mood to bead. I like it. I enjoy it once I get going on it, but yeah, there's just quite a lot in there. And I got bored and I wanted to just cross stitch, so it's not far off. So maybe by my next like proper Flosstube, I'll have her finished. Maybe. Let's see. So she is number 9. Oh, she was on 14 count Ada called, what's it called? Can't remember what she's called, but it was from a mystery bag from Claire Brown X Stitch, and I just thought it would look fabulous on there. Oopsie. So next, number 10. This is Walk Fast Sampler by Lindy Stitches. This is a Golden Girls inspired sampler. It's a Rose Nyland quote. She's my favourite character. Betty White was an icon. I absolutely adored her. And then when she passed, I had this and I thought I need to start it. So I did. I had none of the chosen threads, so I've just kind of winged it. If you couldn't see what it says it's like that old Scandinavian saying, you can lead a herring to water, but you have to walk fast or he'll die. So yeah, I love it. I'm doing it on this sage green Ada I bought ages ago. It's not the nicest and I just wanted to get it used up, so that's why it's in the middle of this huge piece of fabric. But that is where, oh gosh, that's terrible. That is where we are. So we have, it's like you can lead a herring to water, but you. And then I've started the border. It's in a variegated thread I bought at the Knitting and Stitching show last year. It was like random. It was 50p a skein, so we bought a couple and I thought it'd be perfect. I mean, that's not showing it off at its best, but it's got all sorts of colour in there. I thought I'd use that for the border. It's from a company. It's called Bubblegum. I'm not even going to attempt. It's by them. And then the rest I'm just kind of picking from stash, random bits. So that is Walk Fast sampler. And she sadly doesn't have a project bag. She's just loose. So is that number 11? No, she is number 10. 11. This one again isn't loved. It's not got any bag. This is a Mill Hill Mouse Trilogy Mac Cheese. It's a Christmassy one. It's a mouse with some cheese. And I've lost the needle off this. That's not good, is it? And that is where I am up to. That makes no difference. Let's do that. So there we go. Mac cheese. He has a little face. This one doesn't have that many beads in it. They usually have tons of beads in Mill Hills, but this one doesn't have that much. Can we get this done for Christmas this year? Who knows? We'll see. We will see. So that's number 11. 12 is my Under the Sea sampler. Under the Sea. Sal, not sampler. Because it's a mystery sal, I do not have a picture of the finished thing. But I am a couple of months behind on this now. I was doing so well keeping up. But here we are, I'm a couple of months behind. So this is in all the called for, got the classic colourworks for it. The only thing I changed was in the treasure chest, I added some gold metallic. Yeah, I love this. This is on a 16 count Ada from Coffee Craft Fabrics. I am now a member of her Fabric of the Month club. So I'm building up quite a nice stash of fabric now, which is nice because I didn't before. I just kind of bought my fabric if and when I needed it. So that's that. It's not showing up very well. It's a bit darker than the called for fabric, but I quite like it. It's giving me ocean vibes, so that is number 12. 13 is Eiffel Quaker by Jardin Privé. This I haven't touched in so long. I'm doing it, I've done Classic Colourworks and I've changed it to be the colours of the flag, the tricolore, the French flag. But as you can see, I know there is no grey in the French flag, but I chose like a white, like a creamy white, and it doesn't really show up that well. So I sacked that off and I chose like a bluey grey. So we have Mermaid's Fin, Apple Fritter, and then the grey one is Blue Moon. So I'm stitching this on, oh, I forgot about that needle minder. It's on just, I think it's called a Dove Grey or something, Ada, 18 count Ada. It's 1/1, and I'm just doing the colours. I love this. I forgot about my Marie Antoinette needle minder. That's from Don't Step on Your Needle. She makes the best needle minders. So that is where we are up to with that. It isn't very big. I could probably get this finished. Maybe it needs to have an outing. But that is that. Number 12. "13 is a more recent start. I went to the No Bam retreat in June. Not only, but also Mirabilia. That's what it stands for, I think. In Northampton. And I sat with a lovely bunch of ladies. Totally enabled me. And I bought lots of things. Not as much as some people, but I bought quite a few things, and this was one of them. So I got Mirabilia's Thanksgiving Harvest Fairy. This light, man. Thanksgiving Harvest Fairy. There she is. This came as a kit. And it's all in classic colourworks, which I've never known Mirabilia to do that before. Only a couple of beads. And she's coming along quite nicely. There she is. She is just on, like, I don't know what the linen's called. Just natural linen from Zygarde. It's 32 count. So I'm doing 2 over 2. Yes, that is correct. It's on linen. I don't usually stitch on linen, as you might have been able to tell from all my other projects being on Ada. But here she is. I don't mind it. I'm adjusting to it. But I love the colours in this and the variegation that the threads give. This dark purple, it's called Rainy Days. I think it's possibly my favourite colour in there. Needle minders from the retreat. So yeah, that is that. 13. Oh, 14. Oh, it's fallen out. This is Henry VIII, a kit by DMC. This was a birthday present from my husband, Will. Don't think he realised how big this was when he purchased it. But I like it. I love it. I love anything to do with history. I have done a Henry VIII piece before from Clouds Factory. This is a more realistic version of him. But it is on, what is it on? 16 count cream Ada. It's all in the Calfor DMC. It's a beast of a piece of fabric. Boom. There we are. That is how big. I got the fabric out when he bought it, and I held it up and he was like, oh, it's quite big, isn't it? I was like, yes, it is. As you can see, I haven't got that far. Let's give it a fold up and get closer. So that is where we are. We have Henry VIII's leg, his crotch, and a bit of another lady's dress there. There we go. It is nice to stitch. It is nice to stitch. It's just so big. But we'll get there. We'll get there slowly. I've only had that since February this year, so it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Oh gosh. Sorry for the crinkle. Oh, so that's that one. I've lost count. I'm not recounting them all. I'm fed up with that now. So the next one, if anyone watches this and does happen to count them, if you want to comment and let me know how many I have, fabulous, thank you. So the next one is another Nora Corbett. I bought this at the Knitting and Stitching show last year. I bought it's the full kit. It is Xenia. I can't remember what collection she's from. Bewitching Pixies. So she's a fabulous witch with a fabulous cocktail in her hand. She's in all the called for because it came with the kit. It's on 32 count milk chocolate linen. And that is where we are with her. So I'm not doing too badly really. She is only a little one. That's showing up really nicely on there. So there we go, that is her. I contemplated converting her skin to be green. But to be honest, I just couldn't be bothered. Maybe if I do another one, I'll do a skin conversion on her. But not this time. Maybe next time. Next, oh, what's in this one? Oh, this one. Right, so this is the, where's the colour photo? The New Normal by Longer Samplers. That is the finished thing. I am doing this on a sage green 18 count Ada with hand dyed threads by Jodrey Designs called Peacock Feathers. I have since started this one, I've started another long dog which I am a lot further along with. And I think that's because I've done that one in a solid colour, and I've learnt that I prefer doing a long dog in perhaps a block colour or a not so variegated thread. So this is where we are, because I don't feel like I can actually see what is going on here. I have done 2 and a bit pages of this though, and I am loath to UFO it and leave it and start it again. I don't know. Let me know what you think. If you get close, I don't know. I love the pattern, but I don't know. We'll see, but that's that. Not much else to say about it really. It is what it is, isn't it? I think we all have those projects. Here's another one. This is a Hade. This is Minnie, the Amazing Animal Kingdom. Artwork by Amy Stewart. Again, I kitted this when I first really got back into my stitching. It was a new year, new start piece. For last year, 2021, I must have started this, January 1st. And yeah, that is where I've got. There is so much confetti. It is on 25 count easy grid fabric. I'm doing 1/1 full crosses. I love the pattern, but again, there is so much confetti. I have a gorilla and I have a bird there, and this is the start of an elephant. But I mean, maybe do I leave it? I've not even got half a page done. Again, my other Hade, my other Heaven Earth design, which you'll see in a bit, I have a lot more done. It has less colours. But we'll see. We'll see. I feel I have to be in the mood to stitch a Hade in the right frame of mind. I need it to be broad daylight. But it is what it is. Again, it is what it is. So then, oh, it's like the walk of shame with projects at the minute. This is, I don't have a full thing because it was a mystery stitch along. This is Funky Menagerie by Lindy Stitches. This was a whole thing for me. This is where I am. Faye is doing this. She's got a lot more done than I do. I started this once. I started it in the wrong place. Realised I wouldn't have enough fabric. So I had to scrap it and start again. So repeating what I'd already stitched wasn't the one for me. So I'll get to it one day. All the animals are really cool. I love obscure random animals on things. And this is the one. This is on an 18 count, I think it's called Pumpkin Spice, Ada from Claire Brown X Stitch, and it's in the Cold for colours. I made a couple of changes to go darker because the fabric was a lot darker than what I had originally started on, so that is that. One day we'll get back to it. I have moments where I think, ooh, I'll stitch on that, like the princess one I showed you first. Not stitched on that for at least a year, just going through everything. I was like, oh yeah, I really fancy that. So, you know, it'll have its day, it'll have its moment. Next one is my other Haid. This is, where is this cover? This is Mini Bilbo Baggins, artwork by Kate Powell. That is what he will look like when he is done. He's on 20 count white Ada. Isn't an easy bird. I find the way I stitch Haid, I don't necessarily need gridded. I just kind of cross country it, really. Oh gosh, come on, Bilbo. I really like him. There he is. You have an eye and an ear. So I am on, how many on the second page? Yeah. Yeah, I'm on page 2. Page 2 of him. And I find him a lot quicker to stitch because there's bigger blocks of the same colour. So you can just boom, 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 stitch, 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 done. Needleminder is, it's a Hobbit one. It's from, oh, Needles Say More on Etsy, I think. So yeah, that is Bilbo. Again, I'll stick on The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings and stitch that while I watch that. But it needs to be daylight, really. Sorry. Oh, that's better. So my next one is another Bothy Threads. This is hanging around a sloth. I love sloths. Did recently finish the guinea pig one I had. Did I say earlier? Might do a finished parade of the things that I've done in the past 8 months, because there is a few to show off. So maybe I'll do that'll be my next video, maybe. Who knows? Anyway. So, where are we? Gosh, I don't even, not even sure which way is up. Oh no. I think it's that. You can see the hoop marks. We've got really far on this. My pinky needle minder, that's from Don't Step on Your Needle. I have the brain as well. You've done that project earlier. That is where we are. Not that far. Not much to say about that. It's 14 count Ada, speckled Ada. Do love these ones. I have a toucan one as well that I have yet to start, and I have my eye on the Highland Cow one, Highland Coo one, because we went on a trip to the Scottish Highlands last month, and I love a Highland cow. I don't like cows, but Highland cows are different. Next is another one of my oldest WIPs, and that is an anchor kit, and that is rhinos. My favourite animal, or one of my favourite animals. I love rhinos. So that is that. This is not far off a finish, really. It is on, what kind of Ada? 14 count Ada. It's just white. Can tell I started this when I'd only just got back into cross stitch, because I think I would have probably chosen a different Ada to do it on, or I would have tried to dye this one, maybe like a blue. So there we are. I did get it back out again recently, and I've more or less finished the adult rhino, the mummy rhino. Oh, my last needle minder is in the middle of it. I've got a big chunk done. There's not much to it because all like the sky and like the tree are more or less all half stitches, so it shouldn't take too much longer to get this done. Just this down here that's full crosses, and then all this here is half, so it shouldn't take much longer to get it done. That is that. Next we have, oh, my other long dog sampler. I absolutely adore this. I think I'll be quite sad when it's done. I love stitching on this. This is You Belong to Me. Now there's quite a few other people doing this one. I know EJ of the Sunshine Stitches, she's doing it. Fawn in Sanctum Stitches, she's doing it. I love the colours she's used. She's used like a brownie coppery gold coloured fabric, and she's using blue floss, I think. Or is it vice versa? No. And then she's using different colours for all the bugs and stuff, like the insects, which I thought was a really good, cool idea. And who else is doing this? Cat V Stitches, she's doing this one as well. I love the ancient Egyptian ness of it. Again, it's history. And then the lady who designed it, like, she always has like a story behind why she's designed something, which I love. And this one was about her dad who fought during the Second World War, and I really like that. My granddad fought during the Second World War. He fought in Africa, and I decided when I was going to do this, I'd do it as a memorial piece for him. So it's in his favourite colour. The fabric is his favourite, not the fabric, the floss. It's his favourite colour. That's DMC 3685. It's like a maroony burgundy red. And then like the personalisation bits I've put, so sorry, here it is. I am up to page 9. Yeah, page 9. So I'm along the bottom row now. Thank God it fits on the fabric. Hopefully the borders will meet. We shall see. But yeah, I absolutely love this. So this is, did I say it was? 3685 is the colour I've used. And for like for the year, I've put the year my granddad was born, 1916, and then his initials will go on it in the bottom right hand corner. So that is that. I love this so much. The pyramids were a beast to stitch, but I think it's worth it. I just, when I'm working on this one, I just get it out and I just look at it. I love this. This is possibly one of my favourite pieces, and it's the biggest one I've done and that I've got so far with. So just a little moment of appreciation for You Belong to Me. I'm hoping when this is finished to make it into a wall hanging maybe. I'm not sure, but we'll figure it out. I'm not far off. I'm trying to do a page a month, and I'm ahead of that, so because I started it in January. So yeah, love it. It's on 18 count Ada. It's vintage country mocha, I believe. Let me check my, yes, vintage mocha, 18 count Ada, and that's from Florstube Needlecrafts. They are on eBay and they have their own website. Really good for Ada. So that is that. Oh, we're nearing the end. Crinkle, crinkle. Next, oh, blue flower this is. And, oh, silly sticker in the way. And this is Moonlight Sampler. Tell you what, let's take it out of the plastic. There we go, that's better. Ooh. Moonlight Sampler by the Blue Flower. I absolutely love these designs. This lady's patterns are amazing. I love them. Again, I chose this one because it has random animals on it. It has a badger. It has a possum, a barn owl. Yeah, love it. Love it, love it, love it. I have changed it so the cat looks like my cat Lolly, and I've changed the hair of the woman to look like me. So, oh, piece of thread there from something. Also, I bought the paper batten. It wasn't a PDF, and it comes with like a little sticker that you can, it's not going to focus, is it? That you can put on like your name, the chart name, the designer, when you completed it, and any notes. So that'll be going on the back of it when it's done. Where is it? It's in all called for apart from the changes I have made. It is on a 20 count Ada from Florstube, and it's like a grey sparkle. That is where we are. Goodness me. Oh, you can tell I'm out of practice with this, can't you? There we go. That is where we are. And that is where we are up to on that. I lie, actually. I have changed some other things. I have changed those to black. I didn't like the colour they were, so I just changed it. But yeah, that's this is my biggest piece I've done of hers. I've done finished a couple of smalls. I did Tudor Bee and Halloween Parade. I did that one as well. Oh, sorry, distracted. I film in my living room, and our neighbours are having an extension built on their house, and a man's just walked past with a massive piece of scaffolding. Anyway, lost my train of thought now. Yeah, that's probably the biggest piece I've done by the Blue Flower, but I love it. Janine McGowan is a genius. She's possibly one of my favourite designers, and a lovely lady as well. That is that. Only got a couple more. So my next one, in my first ever project bag that I bought, I didn't make it. This is from Gem Stitchery. Absolutely love it, and it was perfect for this project. I am doing the Cottage Garden Samplings Year in the Woods patterns It gets sent to me every month from the Patchwork Rabbit. I've done one. I've done the fox, which is here. I will show it because it's still in the bag. So this was the first release. This was the fox. I've done it on 18 count Ada that I dyed myself. I struggled to find, I was going to do them on the called for fabrics, but I struggled to find them. So I decided to just dye my own and see what happened. It is a bit darker than the called for, but I do like the blue. This is denim jeans blue dye by Dylon. And I just iced dyed it, and it's in the called for colours. I used the DMC alternatives for the fancy threads that are in there, but I don't think it makes much of a difference, to be honest. I think it looks really good without. These are deceptively big stitch. That there is a lot of stitches in that fox. But yeah, but they're fun. I like these. I love the detail, the patterns. Love them. So I'm not doing them in order. I'm doing them as I see fit. Whatever the mood takes me, I'm going to stitch them in. So the next one I decided to do was number 4, which was the raccoon. Again, I've dyed the fabric myself. I think this was either sage or olive something. So 18 count Ada again. Can't really see much on the camera. I've started the tail and there's some flowers on there, but I quite like how it turned out. Again, a bit darker, but I quite like it. We'll see. Once it's filled in, you'll be able to see it properly. But yeah, the raccoon. So yeah, I'm loving seeing every month what the next animal's gonna be. The latest one. Barn Owl. Is it Barn Owl? No. She's released Woodpecker now. Yeah, the one before the last one. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. The Barn Owl one is amazing. And there's a ferret, a bear, an eagle, the swans, a jackrabbit. Love them. Love them all. So they will eventually all get done. I'm not sure how I will finish them. Perhaps, I don't know. I considered cushions, but then like maybe I'll just frame them all. I don't know. And then my last one is my second ever project bag that I purchased. I bought this at the retreat. It is by Ladybird Creates. It's a Tula pink fabric with flamingos. I looked at it, I thought, oh, like that. And then I looked closely and there are prawns. Look. And I was like, that's mine. That is mine. I'm having it. That is mine. I like the little tassel. So yeah, and that's my Nobam. To remember, that's where I bought it. My name badge from the retreat. And this has Petal Fairy in it by Mirabilia. And there she is in all her glory. I'm not doing too bad. She is on 16 count Ada from Jodrell Designs called Fairy Bower. Fairy Bower. I thought this would work for her. There she is. So there's like hints of pink and green in the fabric, which I liked. Gave it a little whimsical feel. The flower is done. Her top half of her body is done, apart from her wing. And I'm about halfway through the skirt. She's a big one. She is a big one. She is my first Mirabilia. Yeah. And I love her. I love the colours in it. I love how nicely it's stitching up. just, yeah, I love it. And it's funny because I took this to the retreat. I started this just before the retreat. I took this with me, and the lady I was sat next to, Amanda, I think she's called Needle and Thread Amanda on Instagram. She was sat next to me, and she was stitching the companion fairy that goes with Petal Fairy, Bliss Fairy. So it was really nice. We were like sat and they were facing one another, which was nice. So that's where she is. She is 2/1. She's in all the cold foam, and she is beautiful. And she is the last WIP that I have. So yeah, that is it. I've finally filmed a Flosstube. It's saying thank you so much for joining me this morning. If you are new here, thank you so much. And if you are a returning person, thank you for sticking with me. It's been a while, I know, but now I've done one. Maybe I'll be back sooner than 8 months. So I hope everyone's enjoyed my WIP parade. I do love a good WIP parade. Never done one myself. But yeah. Anyway, I'm wittering now. So everyone, enjoy your stitching. Have a great day, whatever you're doing, and I hope to see you all very soon. Bye for now.